So I want to talk about strategies today. I want to talk about how Xbox and PlayStation seem to have two different strategies and why I think one might be better than the other. Now, I do invite you to have this conversation with me, so jump in the comments, let me know what you think and maybe which one you might prefer. This isn't to spike a console war or anything like that, but I do think it's important to understand the way these two businesses look at the industry, because that in turn determines how well they're going to treat you, the customer, and how they're going to respect your time, money, effort, etc. Before we go any further, please drop a like, subscribe, do all that fun stuff. Helps YouTube, helps me, and helps you because it makes me know that you want more stuff like this. So thanks for doing that, and let's continue. Let's jump into PlayStation, because they recently kind of said, well, they laid out their plans. They laid out a whole bunch of different information, but the thing that I want to stick to the most is how they view PC, how they view putting their games on PC and going forward. Now, it seems that PlayStation has a like a tunnel, like a pipeline of where their content goes. Their first and foremost, their priority is the PlayStation 5. That is what they want to focus on. The PlayStation 5, the console, is the best place to play, right? And what they mean by that is it is the, best experience you will get first off, right? If you want to experience the next, Spider-Man 2, for example, that is going to be on PlayStation 5. It'll have all the features, everything that they can throw at it. That's what they want to do. After they sell whatever they can on PS5, instead of what would traditionally become a greatest hits or PlayStation hits, it then kind of goes over to PC and they try to milk it even longer there. And either at the same time or maybe shortly after that, it then hits PlayStation Plus Extra. I'm assuming in this case, considering Premium is for legacy content. But the point is, that seems to be their three-step program when it comes to the way they release their games and how they want to, really milk it for as much as they can. But that kind of sucks, because that means, there isn't really a position where you get that game for dirt cheap unless it hits that subscription service, which only seems to be the case after the fact, after PlayStation has kind of milked it for what it's worth on the console and on the PC formats. So when they say good things come to those who wait, PlayStation is kind of taking that quite literally. Now, when it comes to the Xbox side of things, I think that, we all know how they want to look at it. They want everything to be everywhere all at once at the same time. And that's cool. That is beneficial for consumers. That is beneficial for, just everyone all around. But that might not be the case when it comes to the business side of things. I think that when it comes to developers getting their money back, being able to really get as much as they can out of the games, I think releasing the games on the console and the PC and the subscription service all at once, it really divides your player base. And that's cool, right? That's cool for us because that means we get the options up front, but that also means these developers struggle to capitalize on, the returns of their investment, right? So PlayStation's looking at it, and this is something they said from the beginning when announcing PlayStation Plus and merging it with PS Now, is it doesn't fit their business model simply because the money they make from selling, God of War at full price for X amount of months. But there comes a point where after a certain profit margin, whatever they have internally as their goal, they put that money back into the next project. And Xbox, can do that, I guess, in a way, because it doesn't seem as if Game Pass is really making a whole ton of money when it comes to just a one-off subscription. You have to have people coming back, and to have people coming back and paying monthly after month after month, you have to have people that want to play the same game over and over, right? Let's say a game like Forza Horizon 5, that can be a multiplayer, a social game for some people. If you don't have the incentive, if your friends drop off, if you get kind of tired of that game, well, if you were exclusively playing that through Game Pass, and that was really the only motivator for Game Pass, it struggles to find that revenue stream outside of DLC purchases. And that's why games as a service is so big for Xbox. If you notice, a lot of their games are targeting that. And it's a necessary evil, but I feel like it's something that they need to really, focus on more of, just offering those one-off experiences. But they've already made the promise of bringing those experiences day one to Game Pass. So it's one of those things where Xbox, at the end of the day, does have the money, right? They have Microsoft backing them. So maybe this whole, this, that, and the other isn't really as important of a conversation, because again, they do have different, financial foundations. They have completely different business strategies altogether, different, mindsets, So it's one of those things where, on the surface level, it kind of seems like PlayStation is, like on paper, it kind of seems like they're doing some crappy situation compared to Xbox, where they're offering you everything all at once. But when you look at what you're actually getting with PlayStation, right, the quality of the games, the consistency, it's just one of those things where, it's really hard to sit there and really pick a side, I guess. And that's not what I'm trying to have anyone do. It's just a conversation that I wanted to kind of have, because my Xbox has been collecting dust, and I'm sitting here wondering, kind of why. Like, why is that? And it's because there hasn't really been anything. Now, mind you, there's been tons of third-party games, but that's kind of the situation for me. Is my rule of thumb for me personally is, if it's coming out as a one-time purchase, not a part of any subscription platform, and it's available physically, I will buy that on the PS5. Now, if it comes only digitally, then I'll get that on the Xbox. I just feel like Xbox treats my digital, media with a little more respect, but that is just my opinion. But if it comes to a subscription platform, then I stick to that subscription platform. And I'm starting to realize that while I am subscribed to both Game Pass Ultimate and PS Plus Extra, neither subscription really is doing it for me, if I'm being completely honest with you. I can look past the marketing, rights and contracts. I understand a lot of the games from the PlayStation Showcase. They're coming to Xbox, for sure. Alan Wake 2 is going to be digital only. Picking that up on Xbox. But something like Assassin's Creed Mirage, I'll probably end up getting that on PlayStation, assuming, again, it meets those criteria where it's not going to be on a subscription service and it's not going to be digital exclusive, So anyway, I'll just kind of round it out here. That's what I wanted to get off my chest, I guess, and kind of just put out there. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you have a preference, if you see one succeeding over the other in the long run. Maybe there's smarter people out there than I am every day. So, let me know what you think, and I'll catch you in the next one.